Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of LoanOfficerPodcast.com. I am here with Jennifer Grube. Jennifer, welcome to the call,
Hi, how are you?
or I should say the show, the podcast. Anyways, so for all of our wonderful listeners, everybody in the mortgage industry, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're located, and what your volumes look like now,
Sure,
if that's
sure.
okay.
So I'm in Houston, Texas. I've been here in Houston for about 12 years. Previously, I was in New Jersey, so two
Oh,
very
nice.
different markets.
Yeah.
But I was a loan officer in both of these markets, and it was quite a culture shock to go from the Northeast down to the South. But been here for 12 years, and I absolutely love it. I've been in the mortgage business for about 25 years in total. Prior to being on the sales side, I was in operations as well for about 13 years.
Oh,
And
wow.
I absolutely loved that. And I thought that I for sure would stay in that forever. I was like, I'm not a salesperson. I am not a loan officer until I had somebody that came into my life that told me otherwise. She is my mentor, one of my dearest friends, and she's also my coach to this day.
Oh, nice.
Um, and she is an awesome person, and she's the reason why I'm here. She's the reason why I'm in Houston. She's the reason why I'm a loan officer. She's the reason why I'm a branch manager. So I owe everything to her.
That is amazing. And is she a coach in the mortgage industry?
She is. She is.
Oh, cool. And
And
with
she's
cross
she is
country?
also here at cross country as well.
Oh, wow.
We actually came to cross country together. We both worked at a company. I at that time was also a branch manager as well. But I used to work for her as a sales manager previously. So when I had my own branch, we worked at that company together. And then because we just were very close, we kind of decided together to come to cross country, like somewhat as a unit, even though she's in New Jersey.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
what an incredible story. That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Super cool. So, well, here's an interesting question. Like, how valuable do you feel that coaching has been for your career and getting to where you're at now?
Um, you everybody absolutely needs it.
Yeah.
I probably need it more than anyone because I get in my own way every day.
Right.
But the thing about it is, I'm very self-aware, so I know what my strengths and weaknesses are, and you really absolutely have to have somebody to help you with your weaknesses because I don't care who you are or how awesome you are, everybody has weaknesses.
Yep.
And so having that is just having accountability. Especially when you're a loan officer, you are like you might be a W-2 employee of a company, but you're self-employed.
That's right.
And so you really do have to have someone else to um, hold you accountable, bounce ideas off of. Sometimes you feel like you're on an island a little bit.
Yep.
Even if you're on a team, even if you go in the office every day, all that stuff. Because the thing about it is that a lot of times it can feel like the weight of the world is on you,
Mhm.
and having that person is also somebody that you can just confide in too and say I'm nervous about this or that, and that person is going to be somebody that has um, more experience than you do. They've been through every single thing you've been through, and all those types of things. So I don't care who you are, everybody needs it.
Yep. I could not agree more. 100%.
Yeah.
Um, Now our favorite question on the show, where do you get the majority of your business from?
So I do not know what the percentage is. I'm very bad with my numbers. I
That's all good.
before I got on, I looked them all up so I wouldn't look like an idiot not knowing my numbers. But I don't know what my percentage is, but I would say is extremely high. I would have to imagine it's 90% plus comes from real estate agents. So
Yep.
everything is I don't nor I mean I have in my life, but I don't like purchase leads or anything like that. Everything is from a referral from an agent. I have referrals that I receive of agents from other agents.
Huh.
Things like that. I actually get a lot of business that way because a lot of the agents that I work with will introduce me to a
Right.
new agent. And so it's more everything is pretty much as organic,
Yep.
and coming from just realtors. And then I would say, the other small percentage is going to come from past clients. And then a little snippet like this, probably from social media.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. So okay. one of my favorite strategies is like, who do you know that I should know?
Yes.
That's how, we got some fantastic guests on the show
Hmm. Hmm.
because I'm introduced to those people by people who have already been on the show. Like, who do you know that you think should be in the show?
Yeah.
So, do you have a process in your business for asking real estate agents for referrals to other real estate agents? What is that? Or does it just organically happen?
So I'm again, this is not a good thing, guys. Don't do as I say, not as I do. I don't ask for it much at all because
Right,
it happens to me. Okay?
right.
It happens to me. They come to me with it. But I think that um I'm not outright asking for it, but I think that by my behaviors and the things that I do and the way that I work, that it just happens,
Right.
and I think that a lot of it is also because I think one of the most important things that you can be as a loan officer to be successful is a problem solver.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and so I think that I am seen as a problem solver, and so my agents will say they will be in contact with somebody else who says, gosh, I have an issue with this and that, and I can't seem to do this and I can't seem to do that, and they say, I have somebody for you.
Right.
It's terrible. It's bad. I don't ask for it. Very rarely. It's just something that sort of happens. And I also do feel like if you just kind of do
Yep.
good things just happen, you know?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could not agree more. And so the solutions that you provide when you look at your real estate agent relationships, is that just the tough deals or the turn downs or the clients that have been
No,
kind elsewhere?
no, I mean, I definitely think that that's a big piece of it. And like stuff like that, I think, getting through something difficult, um, somebody else who was declined somewhere else. What I think that does is I think a lot of people are concerned, well, I'm only going to get like, these types of deals from this person.
Right.
What I
Yep.
like to use that for is to give to provide an opportunity to show that person how I work,
Right.
right? Like, let me show you what I do. Let me show you what my process looks like. Let me show you how I manage a situation. Let me show you how I get in front of things. Let me show you what my character is.
Yep.
And that's a good chance for you to do that, right? Because everybody can look good if everything's going perfect. It is, when we show our character to people when things are difficult,
That's
right?
right.
So going through something difficult was also, it's like a trauma bond. Like, like you go through something and then at the end you're like, oh my God, we did it, girl, we're gonna get all the wine, like, and stuff like that. And then you create a situation where, then they look to you like, yeah, this is my person, you know. And I think that with my realtors, um most of them, like, we're friends, like they're my
Right.
people. We are similar type of human beings where, we like each other. We like to spend time together. We
Yeah.
talk on the phone, every day about our business, but we also talk about our lives and, and
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. So I think that's a big piece of it.
That's amazing. Somewhere in there is the name of a product, the trauma bond, how to
Yeah,
get more
yeah.
agent relationships.
Yes. Yes. Yes, for
So,
sure.
you mentioned your process,
Hmm.
and I think a lot of people in the mortgage industry don't give enough credit to the process of what they do in their business and equate that to how many referrals they get and how many referral relationships they have
Absolutely.
because process drives those referrals. So, can you walk our listeners through what your process looks like in a mortgage
Absolutely.
business and how you
Sure.
do that?
And I also will tell you, just as a little piece of information, I have an agent that I work with. I have known her for almost the entire time that I've been here. I absolutely love her. She's a beast. And I grew up with her, right? Like
Cool.
I met her when she got her license, and
Oh,
then she
wow.
grew and grew and grew into, what she is today, which is, like a total beast. And all the time though that I've known her, I got some of her business, right?
Right.
I got some of her business, and she had other loan officers that she worked with, which is completely, reasonable. And this is like 2 years ago. I went out to lunch with her, and I just, we went out to lunch, and I just said, "Listen, I just want to tell you, like, I really like you. I think you're amazing. I think that we're similar people, and I know that you have other loan officers that you work with. What can I do to get more of your business?" what am I not doing right now as to why you feel like you want to go to these other people? And you know what she said to me? She goes, I'm so glad that you asked me that because I've really been thinking about it. And there's not really a good answer. The thing about it
Wow.
is that I like you the best. I like you
Huh.
the best. So I don't really know why I get it's just like seems like a thing to do, kind of spread it
Yeah.
around, but I actually
Hmm.
don't know. And she said to me, I like you the best and your process is the best. And she
Hmm.
told me that so an agent does look at that and they do think
Yep.
about that. I mean, if it's a good one, if it's a good
Yes.
agent, right? Like
Hmm.
they pay attention to that. So my process is I have a loan partner. She's my right arm. She is an extension of me. She can do everything that I can do. She can talk to people the same way that I do. She, we have the same goal. She knows what that is all the time. And when a lead comes in, and by the way, I would also say my leads mostly come in by just the application appearing. Okay, and that's because my agents are trained that if they want this thing to go quickly, they give my application link out to the buyer and say, listen, she'll call you, she'll talk to you about whatever you want. But at the end of this conversation, she's going to tell you to do this. So if you want to get right to it, this is how you
Right.
do it. Not everybody wants that because sometimes people want to discuss things first and stuff. And I think that a lot of people would be like aghast at that. Like a lot of like coaches and stuff would be like, how dare you? You need to speak to your lead first. You need to. What I think, in my opinion, and what's worked for me is I think the best way to give people what they want is to ask them what that is.
Right.
If I, as a consumer myself, right,
Yep.
if I have an opportunity, if I have two companies that I'm looking at, and one of them I have to talk to somebody on the phone before I get started, and one of them's just going to tell me what the hell to do so I can go ahead and do it, this is what
Yep.
I'm going to do because that's my personality and
That's
that's
right.
what I prefer to do. I'm a busy person. Hey, I know what I need to do. I'm ready to go. So
Yep.
primarily I that a lot of times that's how it happens. The lead this comes in, the application comes in, and they list the agent on the bottom. I know who it belongs to. We have all types, so much software that we use. They get automatic messages, texts, and emails saying that somebody's applied. They know what's going on, and then from there, Sheree, my loan partner, is contacting that person, helping them with the documentation that they need, asking them any additional questions so we can get everything kind of firmed up. We have a whole like a custom questions that we have
Yep.
that goes into the application so that I can understand more about what the person wants to do. That's not part of a regular mortgage application. How much do you want your monthly payment to be? What area do you want to live in? I ask that question because I want to know about property taxes, homeowners insurance, and how to
Hmm.
adequately kind of wiggle that back into my numbers. And I have everything calculated, ready to go. I know exactly what it is when I get on the phone with that person to do the consultation. We spend about 30 to 45 minutes for me going through every single number with them, explaining to them. I do work with a lot of first time home buyers.
Nice.
Their pain point is a monthly payment, a
Right.
monthly payment, monthly payment. And the price of the home is less of a concern and the payment is more of a concern. So I'm always talking about property taxes, insurance, HOA dues, all this stuff so they're fully well educated on it. And I do all of that. And then immediately following that, the pre-approval comes out. When the pre-approval comes out, we attach the pre-approval, but I also have a templated email with a whole list of bullet points about every single thing that we spoke about. The agent knows, hey, they want to live in this area. Like I've done their work for them. They want to live in this area. This is what the monthly payment is that they're trying to achieve. In this area, taxes are approximately this. So here's the purchase price you want to be looking at and all of that kind of stuff. And then they are ready to go and they're fully armed with all the information that they need so that the agent, because what I'm trying to do is not frustrate the buyer by looking at properties that they can't afford and or the monthly payment's going to be, maybe they can qualify for it but they don't feel comfortable with it, right? Comfort is like very important. And I'm not trying to have the agent get drug all over Houston and the surrounding area to
Right.
show them homes that they're not going to buy, right? Like we want to get into what's going to get us to that contract stage as quickly as possible. And that's not about money. That's about comfort for that person and them having
Yep.
a positive experience.
Yep.
So we always do that. And then also another thing that I do with every single person that I have pre-approved, and people are probably like, you must be doing that all day long. Yes, we are doing that all day long. Every single person that finds a property and they like it, even if they haven't seen it yet, they just like it, they send us over the property and we calculate monthly payment on every single property for every single person. When they're ready to make an offer, while they are getting into that negotiation, we do a cost worksheet for them before the offer is made. That is so that they know exactly what they're looking at.
Yep.
Options. A lot of we work with a lot of down payment assistance programs. Sometimes they have a variety of different ones that they can qualify for. We're
Hmm.
giving them a whole kind of myriad of all of the possibilities of things that they can do, so that they know what that comfort level is. And it's once they get that contract executed, when they get loan documents from us, they're not surprised with that information.
Right. Right.
So that's something that I think is like super important. And just from my conversations with other people, I don't think a lot of people do it.
Right. Oh, no, absolutely. They
Yeah,
don't. It's here's your pre-approval letter. Call me when you're ready.
yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic. What a
So
process.
the thing about that also is that what we're also doing is we are walking with the realtor.
Right.
We are essentially, without physically being there, we are going to every single appointment. We are involved the entire time, not
Yeah.
just, once we get the thing that we want.
Yep. No, that makes total sense. And think of the real estate agent that's got two deals on the go, and one is with you and one is with another lender. The difference in the experience because of the process that you put.
Absolutely.
That's
Oh, very,
incredible.
and I've been told that a million times as well.
Right.
And the thing about it is, and something else that everybody should remember is there is a lot of people who do this for a living who are not very good. Okay.
Mm.
I love them. They make me look great. Right.
Right.
For every, whenever, if that agent is in the process with you and another loan officer, that's your chance to shine. Right.
Right.
That's your chance to show them what you can do. And being doing this for a really long time, also, like, I'm old school, right? So I do a lot of things that a lot of people don't do today.
Right.
And I think that that is something that everybody can do to set themselves apart.
Yep, 100% service. And so you touch on an interesting point, and this is a rising question that we've gotten some good feedback on. What do you have on your roadmap for the future, for future growth and how you're going to grow? What, like, are you looking at AI and using AI to do some of those calculations for those borrowers?
Let me tell you something. I am dying to use AI as much as I can.
Mm,
And when I say that, like I said, I touch everything. I
right,
touch everything. I talk to everyone. I know everybody. I know all my clients. I know their dogs' names and their kids' names, and they want a red front door, and I know all their stuff. And that is never going to change. And I always want that. What
right,
I'm interested in is being able to focus on those things and using the AI to do the other stuff that I don't really need to be doing, is the thing
right.
of it. Um, a lot of people, I can't, no, everyone asks the same questions all the time, right? So
That's right.
instead of being able to get to respond, um, with those answers without saying the same thing we got to say all the time, but not so that the person feels like, well, here I am with this question again, right? Everybody needs to feel like their question is important, because it is, and be able to receive those responses quicker. I
Yep,
think if I and I don't even want to say, I don't even think, I know it for a fact. My pain point for myself is my ability to respond to everybody.
right,
I think that like most loan officers, like, problem is like getting business, right?
right,
I mean, duh, right? Like, we all want that, right? And I'm knocking on all the wood. I don't have trouble with that, right?
right.
Like, I'm really good at doing that. The thing about it is, if you get it and you can't service it, it's worth
That's right.
nothing, right?
That's right.
So being able to add that into the mix in a way that feels relatable and still like it's me,
Yep.
but being a but something that doesn't have to have my actual touch on it is, and my loan partner agrees. We are both like, just trying to make sure that everybody is taken care of all the time.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
so funny because, one of the big evolutions that's happened in AI in the last 6 months has been the evolution from like chatbots
Mm-hmm.
to actual like agent suites. And so like AI agents that can talk to each other and solve problems and continue in a
Sure.
loop until they actually get to a solution.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
one of the ways that we've deployed that is in customer service, like always on 24/7 hotlines. And so it's like, I want your call. But if it's Saturday night at 9 o'clock and you and your spouse are sitting on the couch and you have a question, I still want to be there for you.
Yes.
So I've set up this hotline. You can call it and all the answers are in there. You're going to talk to an AI, but it's me. And I'm going to get notified you called the hotline, and on Monday morning, I'm going to call you back and we're going to go over everything, but this is always here for you.
Yes.
And so it's a way to give a level of service that you're looking to give to the client, alleviating that. Clients love it, but it's not taking away from that personal touch, that personal.
Right.
Uh, and then the really interesting thing that I've done with it personally in ours, because we have a hotline that people can call and ask questions about our different products and services or whatever, or just like help. Um, and so what we do is we take the transcripts of all those calls that happen. And if it's a good question with a good answer, we actually turn it into a story and it automatically publishes as a blog post.
Mm,
It's like, here's this story of this loan officer that had this question about following up with real estate agents, and here's how it went. And so
mm,
that content is automatically then turned into marketing and put out there so that we can attract more people. So
right.
little things like that. And that's what I love about AI and technology, especially in the mortgage business, is because everybody's going to see a different way to implement it and see a result and see something that fixes a pain point.
Hmm.
So, Jennifer, have you gotten a referral from AI yet?
No. How would one do that?
So it's taking the brand that you already have, that all the agents know and that all the customers know, and feeding that information into, we'll use ChatGPT because it's the largest consumer direct channel
Hmm.
right now. And that AI learns that you're the product expert for first-time home buyers in your market.
Hmm.
So when first-time home buyers go to ChatGPT and they start asking questions about down payment assistance or different
Oh,
programs that are available,
okay.
it
That
gives
has
the answer.
happened. That has happened to me. Somebody I did receive, it was only one time, but I was like, I am famous. Somebody I received, and they sent me an email, and they had a bunch of questions about different like programs and stuff. And of course, I'm responding to the person, and of course, I always want to know where was the referral. And I said, can I ask how you referred to me? And she said, yes, I asked ChatGPT for the for lenders in Houston, best lender in Houston for down payment assistance.
Yep.
And I was like, well, look at me. And I was very like, that is pretty cool. But that is the only time that it happened. I mean, it may have happened other times, and I don't know.
Right. Yep.
But by me asking, yeah, that did happen to me once.
Awesome. Well, I think it's a whole new category of referral in the business. We've got our database,
Hmm.
we've got our realtor referral partners, and now we have AI.
And
And
it's interesting, right? Because if I ask my chat GPT, right, like, hey, tell me what you know about me,
yep.
it would be spilling all that for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
Hmm.
And using it is part of how you get it to recommend you because it
Right,
knows who you are and when it
right.
sees you using it in the business and all those wonderful things. Jennifer, what a phenomenally valuable conversation. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with the industry. Thank you for taking the time.
Of course.
If people want to learn more about you or reach out, how do people get a hold of you?
However they would like. Carrier pigeon, come knock on my front door, whatever you want to do. No, I'm just kidding. My number to reach me directly is 832-786-3680. My email address, jennifer.grube, Grube, at ccm, like crosscountrymortgage.com, or my website, going on forever and ever. It might, they might take away my vanity URL, and I hope that they don't because I love it so much. It's thelonelady.mortgage.
Oh, that's
So
amazing.
you can reach me there too.
Oh, that's so cool. Well,
Yeah,
again, Jennifer, thank you for being on the show. Thank you
of
for
course.
sharing.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
And
it.
to all our wonderful listeners, thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.